In the eyes of the Iranian people, it was the regime that imposed this war on them, and not Israel. So when we assess the information coming from the country, more and more Iranians are sending in videos talking about their perspective on this war, and increasingly they're blaming the regime, specifically the supreme leader, and they don't really hold Israel accountable for what is going on. As Israel's military campaign against the Islamic Republic intensifies, it is the regime itself that's being held accountable by the Iranian people. But Tehran's agenda here is to manipulate the audiences in the West by claiming that they're defending Iranian national interests, whereas this could not be further from the truth. This has turned into a pivotal moment for Iranians and Israelis to work on this shared adversary, which is the Iranian regime itself. And this goes beyond just anecdotal examples of individuals calling in to diaspora media outlets abroad expressing their discontent with the current regime. The polls actually suggest this growing sentiment amongst Iranians. So different surveys conducted by both Iranian and international pollsters indicates that the growing number of Iranians, especially the youth, are increasingly against the regime's foreign policy endeavors. There's this fixation on Israel, this obsession with overthrowing Israelis and destroying the country and pursuing these regional ambitions is no longer aligned with the Iranian youth. Having grown up in Iran myself and talking to people on the ground, you're talking about a population that is majority young and really aspires to have the values that Westerners have, such as freedom of speech, media, which brings us to the main issue after this war started. Iranian judiciary and different authorities started arresting people simply for voicing their disagreement with the regime and how this was handled. Each post just criticizing the supreme leader or how the Islamic Republic imposed this war has gotten people arrested so far. So it is crucial for Washington to listen to the Iranian people so the West can leverage the biggest weakness the regime has, which is the people themselves. From an Iranian perspective, the recent strikes against different regime assets actually helps the Iranian civil society. Because when you look at the different targets within the IRGC, which is the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, a designated terrorist group by Washington, which is not really Iran's conventional army, it's more of an ideological militia that has had an active role in suppressing Iranian civic movements, protests. Different demonstrators have always been targeted by the RGC. So when Iranians see Israelis take out these different leaders that have directly contributed to the absence of freedom in their country, it's increasingly important for them to voice their support for Israel. That's what we've also seen with some of the reports coming out. Iranians tend to be very patriotic, very proud of their past, so it takes a lot to turn such a patriotic population against their own regime.